tell both of these fighters are exuding confidence as they touch gloves. And here we go.
Todd, I'm going to stay here till the end of the night because if you're a fight fan like me, this is what I live for.
These athletes have been waiting a long time to square off. Here we go. A perfect counter shot. This fight has a real good flow to it. That jab won't score. Not too many seats to be had in this arena as the hype continues to build for this showdown.
Situations like this, Todd, will either make or break a fighter because the expectation from the thousands of people here, of the millions of people around the world, people like you and I sat here expecting everything and anything can break a man or make a man.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Very competitive round here so far.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter shot. They walked away from each other and then run right back into trouble. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Just misses with the right uppercut. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Shawn Porter in that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round. Here we go for round two. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Those counter punches have to hurt. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. This counter puncher is going to wait for you to move first and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
To beat a counter puncher, you've got to take them out of their pace. Do not wait for them because if you wait, they'll pepper and pop you all night long. Rush them.
Both want a knockout, you can tell. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Both going for the KO. It's so obvious. This fighter's completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they thrive.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter puncher smart.
Punches. Let's talk about Shawn Porter in that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Every second,
On to the third. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Terrific counter shot. He blocks that right hook. Good counter punch. Oh, that punch. That hook was thrown with some bad intentions. A little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Both men step back for just a moment. That left hook missed. These two fighters are made for one another. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Shawn Porter in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
You can't leave it up.
On to the fourth we go. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Shot. Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Nice counter. And just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter shot. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Well done with that counter shot. The courage on display here is incredible. When are we going to see a jab from these two? This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Shawn Porter in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. Going to need a knockout.
You know, I've been in fights like that.
Time for the fifth round. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Those counter punches have to hurt. You don't see a lot of welterweights that can bring you one-punch KO power, but these two can.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Cue up the replay machine. I have got to see that again.
Even I've got to see that again. Wait.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he's still on the fight.
Well, they beat the count and are ready to go again.
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and then...
It's been all one-way traffic with just 10 seconds to go in the round. Let's talk about Shawn Porter in that last round. Let's see how the corner handles their fighter here after being dropped twice in that last round.
Unbelievable heart, knocked down.
On to the 6th round. Is this the beginning of the end after 2 knockdowns last round?
2 knockdowns, and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible, because your head must be all over the place. Your legs will feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
Which fighter will say no mas? In the build-up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1 or round 12, I've got enough power and confidence to end this in one shot.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Good punch. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Shawn Porter just got rocked. Didn't wait long to get back in and get engaged.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Shawn Porter in that last round. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Going to need a knockout.
Wow, it's like 2 different leagues.
And there's the bell for round 7. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
A perfect counter lands. Good defense blocking the right jab. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Bombs away. When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
I don't think we can truly appreciate what we saw unless we see it in slow motion.
I've got to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Are you okay?
The referee deems they can continue, but this might be a big mistake.
That is a show of character. When you're put down, your ego's hurt, your chin's hurt, your body's hurting, and you've got to get up, suck it up, and think, right, I'm back in the game again. It's so hard for a fighter.
Uh-oh, Porter is on wobbly legs. Down goes Shawn Porter. Look at that shot to the head, and there's no way they were going to stand up to that one.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're out.
GG!
So time to go celebrate after a knockout win here.
Oh, what a shot.